Check, check, check. Okay, so that's... All right, check, 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 mic check. Looks okay. Of course, I got a fucking cough. I have no mute on this fucking thing. Oh shit, we already got people in. Oh, right, okay. I'm looking up at OBS going, okay, when should we start? Mike, okay, kill the like button. Kill the like button. Oh, Yaka. Oh, I haven't seen you for a while. Yako. There was a comedian had that name for a long time. James M. back in action. Mutasan Rahaman. Oh, okay. Hey, man. Sound is good. Oh, thanks, man. How do I say it? Mutasam. All right, we'll get started here in the middle. I'm going to try and get 20, 25 on here. Get started. Well, markets aren't real happy. Stock indexes, I should say, right? Which you guys know I trade those a lot. Not happy to start today. Some big earnings coming out. I think we have Tesla and Netflix after they close. Shit, I gotta get a mute button on this one. All right, we'll get started here. What is it, 11:30 yet? Oh, we still got a minute to go here. So bear with me, guys. We'll get her rolling. Let's get back. Got a good lineup here. Right? Some good. Very little nudging was required. You guys came through. Well, I got the regs here. I like to see like the random member who doesn't post very often, like stepping up. So, well, French Toast, he's been with us forever. And see, that's a new one. Chris 26, I think he's new. And I got the hardcore guys in here. First up, we have Bitcoin. This is James M's look at Bitcoin. We'll get started in a second, guys. Well, it's still 11:29, so technically, all right, we're not ready yet. All right, give it another minute. There's 11:30. Well, I'm a little underwater in Netflix. I was looking for a bounce today. All right, shit. Should we just get started? I guess what we got here. What do we got? Oh, I actually can't see when I do it this way. All right, so this is going to go up here so I can see what you guys are saying. Getting better at this live streaming. Big assist from Wonka, who's helping us out, right? He's kind of become a member of the team, right? He's making a big effort and really helping a lot, right? He's the one who got me posting up on Twitter, and you know, he's probably, I don't know, he's probably half my age, if not younger. So he knows all the hip stuff. Okay, so well, let's go ahead and get her started. Oh, what do I got to do here? So I guess we're ready here. Okay, so I got to kill, disclaim, 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 disclaim. All right, guys. Morning or mid-morning. What is it? Afternoon. All right, right. See, I'm always looking up because I keep OBS over here. All right, so let me be looking down here. So let's focus on what we want to be looking at here, which is James M's look at Bitcoin. This is a 12-hour. Now, one thing you can say about James M is he's very consistent and committed to his methodology, right? So he's a channel guy. That's his go-to, right? And you see, well, I mean, here's a pretty good example of why, right? Look how beautifully this is being contained by this channel, right? Yes, right? It's not tick perfect, right? It's pretty damn close. A little overthrow, a little overshoot here, but boy, this is really, you know, he's very, very, very consistent with this. So let's pull back out here and see. Let's look at the Elliott count because this is, you know, it's interesting. Nobody seems to have, we're all kind of making our best guesstimate. Because it can be, where's my camera? Over here. So because it can be counted in multiple ways, right? We can do the 1, 2 here, 1, 2, 1, 2. Don't hate that. You can also do 1, 2, but this becomes more shallow, right? So if we're thinking with our Elliott hats on, the attraction to this count right here with the 1, 2, 1, 2 is that our 2 here is it plays better than if we're pulling it from all the way down here. And we're thinking, oh, well, this could be A, B, fuck, but this could be W, X, Y. Oh, with this 5 now, I think more likely the alternate would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, right, so we'd be a little skinny here. Oh, pardon me. If we were doing a what would we do? A, B, C. Well, here we're at the 38. Yeah, it's not like, oh, shit, well, that can't happen. But you see the benefit to his count, right? You've got a better, well, shit, where do we look for the 2? Right here. The 5, I think what gives this this count the edge is twofold. Okay, well, so a couple things that we've been talking about a lot, which are just incredibly consistent, right? This is how the market works, right? We go from external liquidity to internal. So here, where's the external liquidity? Right there, right? So you can see we come down here, we grab the external liquidity. Well, but you could do it 2 ways, right? You could do it here. Okay, well, here's liquidity grab, right? How do we know it's liquidity grab? Because look what comes off, right? It's not like, oh shit, okay, well here, and then we rolled over here, so you got 5 points. It's pretty clear here, and then let's see if I do it this way. Right now, equally telling, it's interesting here, so you can see the stops being run here, right? We know what happened there. Now, what's interesting is that this is such an obvious target. It's like, oh my God, you're kidding me. They're going to leave that? Well, there's only one reason why that would be left unswept, right? Is that the bullish pressure was too much, because you know everybody on the planet knew there's a truckload of stops there. I think we've looked at this many times here, right? That we have this order block down here. Order block, demand zone, call it what you like. All right, so we have signs of this being where larger players entered, right? Defended. Now, interesting. They don't get it, right? Which is often it's the tell. Oh, come on, right? Seriously, with this move here, and then we're not gonna sweep that low? Boy, there better be some horsepower behind that to prevent that. That's what I see when I look at it. Okay, well, this is a little bit of a clusterfuck because this was a fake pump, right? It was a fuck. I don't know. Apparently, I don't know what the explanation is, right? So somebody tweets out that the ETF is approved by BlackRock. Somebody's going to be in some trouble for that, right? Because the pump and the dump that follows. I mean, a lot of people lost. I think I read 74 million in liquidations, right? So likely on the shorts got liquidated. But we as technicians, we have to look at this and go, well, okay, well, there's buying here. And what we didn't do, which is, again, perhaps telling, we didn't pump and then dump. Oh, it's not coming? Oh, well, right? Here, obvious, right? Doesn't happen. In fact, we're holding here. Interesting, right? So I think we can all deduce from this. just the slightest little whiff of the of an ETF coming, and look what the market does. Right now, once we get one, BlackRock probably be enough, but there's going to be more than just BlackRock. Well, Grayscale, right there, they may go first, right? They get their whatever, their trust converted to an ETF, right? They may be first, right? But then BlackRock, and then Fidelity, and then there's a dozen of them now, or at least half a dozen, right? They're all going to come in. What are they all going to do? Buy Bitcoin, right? I mean, they almost have to, right? So that's where this becomes, oh shit, if this holds as a 1 right now, oh, can I do it this way? This low now becomes pretty important. 1, the fact that we don't sweep this low, and 2, if this holds, right? Because this would be our invalidation, right? If they come back down here, sweep this, oh, the count gets a little gnarly. Now we have all the ingredients here. It's interesting, right? So it's bad information that creates it, but we get a perfect leading diag coming off of a 5. Makes you wonder, right? So what do we look for, right? So just little telltale signs. What do we look for in a leading diag? Well, we want to see the 4. We want to see a deeper 4. 50 is ideal, right? So you'd go from the beginning of the 1 through the pivot of the 3, come back to the 50. Well, we get a few wicks through, right? But then we come back up and we actually make and break the trend line. So you got a good looking leading diag there. I mean, there's no way around it, right? We can talk about, oh, well, it was bullshit, right? It wasn't real news. But again, here we hold. Well, so I often am looking at it in terms of range, right? So I look here and I go, oh, okay, what just happened? It's kind of Wyckoffian, right? Oh, fuck. Preliminary selling, automatic reaction. This would be this is probably sign of weakness. Spring, creek, right? So we've got all the ingredients here of a Wyckoff accumulation, which fits in nicely. Well, so Wyckoff fits in with Elliott, fits in with market structure, right? It's kind of a universal, okay, accumulation, but there is a very specific schematic that goes with it. You've got most of, most of the ingredients here. Damn it. I'm sorry. These fucking allergies are going to kill me. Okay, so what are we saying? If this is the 2, then all right, if this is the 2, we got to get a 1, 2, 3, so we're looking for some sort of a 3 to come out of here. Well, maybe we got to start on it, something like that. I mean, now, right, we're looking for a retrace of the entire thing. So somewhere back in this range here, well, we got the Vegas wave is not, well, it's just the Vegas wave is on top of itself, right? You can't even make out the 233 there. So, okay, decision point. Excuse me, decision point. That's a 12-hour. Let's try 2, right? Do we have it? Do we have enough here? A, B. All right, give me that C. Yeah, A, B, it's not great, right? Because you've got all this wick, right? It's interesting, right? If you do this, right, different story. Right, makes you pause just a little bit, right? With such a rejection. All right, but you can wait for certainty. It'll be a long wait because we don't ever get it, right? There's no such thing as certainty in the market. So, all right, we get a range here. We've got the ingredients. We've got to start on it, but you would want this to be a good 3. You wouldn't want to just, oh, fuck, all right, a little consolidation here. Right, so what's happening here? We're just stalling here. So then, excuse me, then you start to think, why? All right, why are we stalling here? Well, when in doubt, right, just a good tool to always use is, let's grab the volume profile. All right, well, I got a little, let me make a case here. We've got this low volume nugget here we're struggling with, right? That will likely fill out if we stall here. Otherwise, we're likely coming back down. You can kind of see how this could start to play. All right, this would be ideal, right? Catch the slope of this trend line. It doesn't have to do that, but there's the POC right below the golden zone. Seems reasonable. What are we talking about here? 26, 28. It's going to be hard if it's coming down that hard, right? It's going to be hard to buy that. You don't have to get the turn, right? Let it react, because there's no, oh well, it'll never do that, right? You want to see it stop, well, the algo is going to fire here, but just because it doesn't mean, right, we couldn't break. You want to see the little reaction here. Now, there's lots of reasons why you could see it stalling here. But remember, right, there's going to be liquidity down here. Right? This would be internal, right? So we've got the sweep here. Now we're coming back to internal liquidity. Well, right there at the POC. So you go, oh shit, could it do that? Well, yeah. Yeah, it could, right? So I'd be mindful of that. So that's why just sitting here, oh, okay, well, I know for sure it's not going to break that. Well, we don't know for that. We don't know that. This is what I'd do, right? Which I've pretty much every video I've ever done, I would advise that. Why, right? There's your stop. If you get stopped out, well, if you, excuse me, if you get stopped out, damn it. Sorry. If you get stopped out, you can't freak out, right? It's got to be like, oh, okay, well, if we saw this and we start to come back, right, that looks like a pretty good liquidity grab. Right? They're not gonna telegraph it to you, but you can look here and say, oh, well, what happened there? Could it be that they're running the lows here at the POC? Right now, what at the POC right now? It's the POC of this range, right? So we're, but here, okay, there's an opportunity for some size to jump in here, right, and not disrupt the market dramatically. 1, 2, or so. Oh, we'd rather have this be a 3 here if we're going to come down here. But if we were to get a 5 like this, well, then you'd be rethinking. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe this has to do something more like this and then come lower. All right, so, I mean, this is, okay, it's funny, but just been kind of harping on this lately. This is all we ever do, right? Okay, is it going to hold? Does it hold? Which side breaks? That's it. It's only decisions we ever make. Is this pivot going to hold? Oh. Is this pivot going to hold? Oh. Is this pivot going to hold? Is this pivot going to hold? That's it. Swing, retrace, swing, retrace, swing, retrace. Which one? What? Well, so far we got a low, we got a higher low, we got a higher low. Does that break here? I'm so sorry, guys. Damn it! I got to get a mute button on this. You kind of have to watch here because we have all of this imbalance, right? So you can see the, oh, here, right? So we've got a pretty good looking imbalance here, fair value gap, right? Call it what you want, imbalance, fair value gap, right? So a breakaway gap, whatever you want to call it, right? So we've got this area here that likely needs a little mitigation. So if we come back into this, right, heads up. Now here I'm down to the 2 hour. Note the Vegas wave has flipped. So here's where it flips, right here. Okay. A little better, right? It takes a lot to roll that over. We would have to come down aggressively. So good looking signs here for Bitcoin coming off the low. Now, again, this is all just, I guess, hopefully the idea here and why I like these live streams is because we think it through in real time as opposed to, okay, well, here, it's Friday. Well, let's look at Bitcoin. I'm starting to much prefer the live streams, to tell you the truth. I may just switch to nothing but live streams. Because I like the interaction with you guys. I like to be able to do it in real time. Okay, James M. John Howard. It's barely valid, but I'll take it for now. Yeah, James, he had a comment. I know a flat isn't a flat in the rule, right? So, but he's 99% purist. But when you get sometimes, right, you can't be a purist, right, to the point of your own self-detriment, right? So if the inclination here is okay, what are we going to call this, a 3? I'm not going to call it a 3, right? Despite the pump wick, even the line drawing here, right? You still get a new high here. Time to do anything? I don't think so yet. Down here a little more interesting, but you're going to buy it here. Why? Because it's stalled. I don't think so, right? But so, okay, we can just simple. I keep it simple. Right, look here, right into the value, right into the value area here, where we got the 50 in the golden zone, this trend line here. If we come into here, I'd be tempted, right? I probably wouldn't go heavy there, but I might nibble at it there. Well, think about what the potential is, right? This might be what makes your decision for you. If this is a 2, right, we need a full-blown impulse, right? It's not optional, right? This is where Elliott has an advantage over other methods. It's not optional, right? It's mandatory. Like we can't. Well, I'm not saying that the market has to do that, but in terms of our technical analysis, one, this low has to hold, and two, we need a big impulse coming out of here that's a minimum. We'd be targeting 100% the length of that one to call it a 3. Now, I know as soon as I say that, well, the theory doesn't have to be long. Well, right? It doesn't have to be the longest, it just can't be the shortest. So when you've only got the 1, your first target is, well, is it going to be equal to the 1? Okay, so again, we kind of come back to why would you take that trade? Well, let's say you get the trend line here. Well, there's 100. Well, that'd be kind of interesting. Look how that would play where that 100 is. Right, just beyond the highs here, right? So sweep the highs, and you can certainly see that as a candidate here. Look at, well, this is just textbook. Like, hard to believe somebody's inexperienced enough, I'll say it that way, to buy that, right? After all of that and all of that. But they do it every day. Thankfully, they do it every day, right? The breakout traders, they're always there. It's amazingly, thankfully, they're always there. So I think it's a ripening banana. How about we say it that way? Ripening. But if we're just going to play good Elliott ball, we're looking for a 3 to come down here and a technical pivot, and then off we go. If we're going to get the full Monty right here, we get the full 1618. What would we have there? Right now, James prefers channels. Right, you guys know I'm going to go to a set of median lines. Give you a good looking 3 right there. All right, we'd be at 35. That's what I'd be looking for there. Good, great. Thanks for that. We'll pump up like the button, but yeah. Okay, so now James M gave me Solano as well, but I'm going to come back to that because I know he's working on a video for that as well. So I don't want to front run that. If we need it at the end, right, because I checked with him, if we need it at the end, if we got a little extra time, I'll come back to it and look at it, but I know he's going to work on that video later. So you got that to look forward to. So let me keep moving, and again, I'll come back to it if I need to. Pro 407, white screen warning. Okay, guys. Well, that's nice he did that. Hang on, copy link. Okay, white screen warning. You have been warned. Well, there's the first one when I go to Google. Oh, you didn't give me. Oh, did you give me Tesla? You gave me Tesla, but I don't have a white screen. It makes me think maybe I didn't get what you wanted. Pro 407, I don't know if you're on here. Is that what you want? Pro 407, I don't know what your handle is in here. Gold or GDX? Sam Hall. Okay, Sam, we'll come back to that if I think I should have time. Pro 407, I don't know. Let me see here if I click that. What did I get there? I get Tesla again. Okay, so the link you posted, I'm assuming this is what you want here, right? So Tesla, or they're today. Well, so actually, I like this what he's done here because sometimes the Elliott is, it's a bit elusive. Let's say that it's elusive. Well, what you want to do then is say, okay, well, what can I see with some conviction? Okay, well, that looks like a 3, right? It looks like we got a nice little, just a standard little zigzag here. Oh fuck! Actually, it looks like I'm gonna relabel that. Not to be a dick about it, but it's just I think as I look here, not to be hypercritical, but it looks like we've got a 3, 3, and a 3, right? A, B, C, A, B, C, A. That looks triangle B, C, right? So it looks like we got to do it as W, X, Y. Now this looks rock solid. This looks like we got a pretty good start on this triangle here, right? I mean, how do we not call that a triangle, right? It is a triangle. So, but the implication here would be, this is interesting. So this is, right, we're purists. Some purists will tell you, right, oh, if any of it touches, no, but the pivot, right, if the E holds, the overlap here, I would allow for that in my labeling. Oh, fuck. Oh, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's see if we can put some structure, right? So with an Elliott count, one of the things that will greatly influence you as you're applying Elliott is the channeling, right? It's critical to it, right? You kind of have to have it. Well, let's be consistent and be color cool and have that, right? So, okay, so Pro 407 and I didn't orchestrate this beforehand, right? This is just, okay, well, here's what he's marked. Okay, well, let's label it, right? I don't know why he didn't label it. He knows what he's doing. Okay, so so then you kind of look and you say, okay, well, is Al in here? Yeah, here's Al, right? He's right here. Okay, it's a little deep for the 4, right? But that was pretty abrupt. Okay, now we're holding, right? So look where we're, interesting, right? So here as we're holding here, right? This has been tapped a few times here at the 38. So you're right where so that is literally, oh my God, I might have to go buy some options here, launch point, right? So now it's a gamble, right? So you don't want to go, too heavy here on the size, right? Because Tesla is prone to unusual reactions, right? It's not like, oh, good earnings and it goes straight up. Not always with Tesla, but I don't know that we could construct a better setup. Could we? What do we got below? Nothing? Let's see what I got. Let me get, I've got this EWO, this new one I like that has a squeeze in it. All right, so we got the impulsive 1. Here's the 3, right? So remember, 3 is not as strong, right? So it's unusual, but that's a pretty big ripping 1. Okay, so here's all of the triangle. So decreasing momentum here, increasing here. So you're essentially just perfectly teed up. We're not in a squeeze at the moment. For you guys that like playing the shorter term option, I do your own back testing, but if I'm going to do something short term, I much prefer the 1 day rather to the 0 day, right? You have a little more time to let it cook, right? Because if you're not right within hours, right, that time decay will start killing the option. So it has to really go. I like the one DT if I'm going to do shorter term. Okay, so what do we got right here? Well, here's equal highs, so there's with some good targets, right? Here's perfectly engineered equal highs, right? So it makes you think, oh, okay, well, that's an obvious target, and that would be the inducement before we come up here. So you start looking up here and say, oh, fuck. I'd probably do the whole thing just to keep it simple, right? So we got some good targets here for that, right? If it's going to go past, excuse me, past the algo. Damn it. I got to get a mute for this. Oh, just for fun, let's see what the RSI looks like. Oh, where's Chris Moody's here? That's the one I usually like. There we go. Ooh, I don't know that you could tee it up any better than that. Now, just because it's tapping, oh, what does he have said here? 30. Just because it's tapping that doesn't mean that we couldn't, keep going. Look right here, we can go much lower. Right, look right here. But the snapback, right, what you'd like to see, and you could wait, right? The little stripes are when we cross back over. You could wait. But if you want to play the earnings, you're probably better to buy it today before the markets close, right? Now, the other thought is, which I've done many times, right, before a big news event, right, employment, CPI, just buy a straddle, right? So you're buying at the money, one DT, you do 0 DT. One, if you prefer, I prefer the ones. Buy right at the money, puts and calls, right? And then you're looking for enough, right, clear out both sides. Looking for enough movement you can make money. Last 4 or 5 I've done have all been profitable. So it's a good time with that earnings, right? And I might do 2-to-1 calls to puts, right? Because of this setup. Give you something to think about. If we start to go, I can almost guarantee you these are going to get swept, right? That gets swept on the way to that. I mean, it's just waiting there. Like, hello, come get me. I think I got everybody there. Okay, so that's actually that. So I can just tell you right now, when I finish the live stream, I'm going to buy those. I'll probably do exactly that, 2-to-1 calls to puts. Okay, and thanks to Pro 407 for teeing that up for us. All right, so I got Wonka's view on, oh, he's got something sexy here in Bitcoin. Okay, so I got Wonka on Bitcoin. Okay, white screen, sorry. All right, let me get this out here. And James, I'm going to keep that, right, because I like to keep his stuff as well. Okay, so I got Wonka here. Wonka, who does, I love his charting, right? It's so clean, always really clean work. Okay, so he's taking the alternate approach, right? So this is, right, remember we were looking at it, I think I've stripped everything off, right? Because I'm waiting to see what we're gonna get. So he's doing it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, here's the 5, right? Right, and so whereas James had 1, 2, 1, 2, right? Here's the alternate. Interestingly, both are bullish. A, B, C. Yes, that works. This is a little sloppy, but you'd have to do A, B. Oh, fuck. A, B, C. Well, I guess you do it here. That's the B. We've all, I think most eliticians are accepting here that this is a liquidation wick, so this is the true lower low. Perfect one-to-one between A and C. Well, I like the sound of that. So I'm assuming, oh man, I got to do this because his is, he does it the opposite of mine. Hang on, because it confuses me, right? Since I do down is gray and up is white. Okay, so let me finish here. All right, so here's what he's talking about. All right, length of the A projected from the B. Am I off there? Pretty damn fucking close. Right? I might be off by a hair. So right to it, right? Just what you're looking for in terms of where would you first start looking for the reaction? Oh well, 100%. The alternate price projection, APP. Good spot. All right, we looked at, again, order block, right? Taps, not broken, right? So it's held, right? So it's fully mitigated, right? It's been tapped enough time, or any straggling orders here likely picked up. Okay, well, what do we got here? Now this is a little funky. This is creative. This is nice work here. So rather than go with what your first thought is, oh, well, it looks like a 5. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So he's working it a little bit more creatively. A, right? Oh, let's go to. I have to do a 1 hour here. This is interesting work. This is good work. 1. Excuse me. I think we can put the. I think we want the. Oh, maybe he's got it locked. I think we can trade this as a triangle, Wonka. All right. You're doing a 3. Oh, okay. So A. Oh, that's our fuck. It doesn't matter. A, B, C. Right down for the flat. So 1. Fuck. Sorry. W. X. A, B, C. Okay, I see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That flies. A, B. Yep. You got to go. You got to. That's a little wonky. It's Wonka. It's wonky. A, B. You wouldn't call it corrective. C. Zigzag. So we have flat zigzag into the 2. So his count takes it this way. 1, 2. Algo's not going to care about any of that. Algo's just going to look at dominant to dominant. Back for the 2. So 1, 2. I don't know. So I'd be curious what James M thinks there. This may be flexing when it's unnecessary to do so. I mean, that is very creative. I'm not sure that's not overkill. And by that, I just mean making it more complicated than need be. Right? What's the simplest thing we can see here? Right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Right? That's as simple as I can make it. So this is, I like it. I like it because he's showing that he knows to do that. But I'm not sure, just as a trader, okay, do I need all this? One thing that here, let's see if I get this here. That's not bad. This is so. such a chop monster in there. Well, I think we're all kind of waiting to see, okay, what comes next, right? Do these hold, right? Do we stay? Well, okay, so we have an uptrend, right? We just looked at it with James M showing all of this, right? We got all of this going on, right? So we can do it this way. So with all of this happening, okay, well, this is the strong low, right? Broke the structure. This is a high, right? It's just the swing high. We don't know, right? If it's going to break this low, or is there going to be a retrace here? So the assumption would be, well, here's a nice mix of market structure and Elliott Wave, right? The assumption is this is not going to break, right? Well, this is the strong low. Well, that's built into the assumption that is going to be protected. Okay, well, so if this is A, B, and we're going to do it kind of skinny. I don't like skinny. When this took that much time, I wouldn't want to put the 2 here. I want this to take a little more time, right? Again, in your perfect scenario, it's okay if we stagnate here a little bit, because the length of time to put the 2 here it's not enough. It would, with your Elliott hat on, it would make you pause, like, that's not enough time. Not enough time really to chew into it for a good 2. Oh, we could. You should probably make the case that this is in need of mitigation, right? If we come back down here, you get a little tap of it. Oh, the thinking being whales, biffs, call them what you will, right? Drive it down, right, so they can take it up, right? So this has to come back down so they can mitigate those longs, right, and then carry it up. But it remains to be seen. So I think Bitcoin just is kind of a hurry up and wait, right? But these are good signs. Fuck, how long have we been waiting? A fucking year and a half for some signs of bullishness, for a series of higher highs and higher lows. It's been a long wait, right? A very long wait. So good start on it here. Let's see. Wonka, don't misinterpret what I'm saying. This is great work, right? I mean, I bet you 100 Elliotticians wouldn't get that, right? The way you've done that. It's very creative. But sometimes, right, we don't want to overcomplicate just for the sake of doing that. But good stuff. Okay. Oh, French Toast, man. I haven't seen him in a while. Good to see you back. French Toast, been with us for, God, he's got to be one of our longest members. White screen, oh shit, I should have told you. Very good technician. Been with us for a long time. Cohu. Jesus, I've never heard of Cohu. All right, French Toast with powdered sugar. That's how I take them. What do we got here? Cohu. I have no idea what Cohu is. That's all right, doesn't matter. Boy, he's got a lot on here. So this is nice, right? Always good to have an ATR, right? So you get a sense of, what kind of targets are realistic. Boy, so we got a Weiss wave, we got an Elliott oscillator, I got RSI, I got trend strength. He likes his oscillators. Right? Well, I don't mean to. What you want to focus on here is, do we have too much redundancy? Right, and he doesn't, right? He has, this is volume-based, this is momentum-based. Okay, you see things differently here. This is for an Elliott count. This is RSI, right? It's probably the most popular indicator ever created. Strength of trend might be, a little bit of an overlap here with the Elliott Wave oscillator, and then ATR, right? What kind of volatility are we looking at? Okay, so Cohu, we got. Well, now one thing I will say, which I'm glad he gives me a chance to demonstrate this. How many of you bring up analysis here and you're out in, over the daily? Most, right? But I would add to that, when I bring up a new asset, I start at the daily, right? But if I can't see, I'll go out to a higher time frame out here, to a 3-day or a weekly. But the point I wanted to make here is, when you get out to these time frames here, the Elliott starts to clear up. You see it more easily, right? I'd be the first to tell you that Elliott is most effective. I'd use 60 minutes and above, right? But really 4 hours daily, weekly. That's when you really see these wave counts to where it's like, oh, come on, man. Is there anybody who can't spot the 5 here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least he's done all the subdivision in here. Well, here's some nice market structure you can see in here, where you would have thought, oh, break of structure, but then we go back all the way up, right? So there's an example where the smart money traders, right, would have been selling this on the way up, and Elliotticians looking at that going, I'm not selling that. That's the 4, A, B, C, right? I got a perfect zigzag. I'm not selling that. Right? Information is power, right? So, oh, this is just great work, French. Well, so it's a little funky here with that diag into the 2, 1, 2. You could do this either way. I'm going to guess he needs it. That's why I did it this way. You're giving me multiple counts. I see what you're doing. So I got a white count. That's going to be his primary and a secondary account. So you basically had already done what I was just thinking. Oh, this could be ABC or WXY because that kind of looks like a 5. This could be the 2. Well, it flies either way, right? So nice work, French. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That flies. Or we could do it here, 5. You could do it as 1, 2, 3. Where's this 3? Oh, fuck. This one. Oh, that's the big 3. So this would be internal. 1, 2. Well, here's. Oh, shit. Come here. Oh, fuck. Now I can't find it. Here. Right. This is what I'm looking for. This. No mistaking that, right? So if you've got your Elliott hat on, this has to be accounted for, right? We have to find a home for that, right? It's drop dead, can't miss impulse, right? So where are we putting that? Well, what follows it? A 3. What follows it? A 5, right? But then what follows that? A 3, right? So you'd be looking here going, oh, see, if you're over here, you're thinking, oh, am I done here? Am I done? Oh, wait, I got a 3 here, took out the swing low, right? I mean, you might have been thinking that. That's very, very common. You'd been thinking, oh, here's the break. Oh, break of structure, so now what's coming? This, right? This doesn't play with the Elliott count. Particularly once we get this. Okay, now this gets really tricky, and this is, guys, you guys are killing it. This is just great work. A, B, C, D, E into the B. I'm going to change that color just to make it stand out, right? A, B, C. Now, it was probably 3-4 years of Elliott trading before I was able to quickly spot those, right? Because you're looking at this going, wait a minute, A, B, C, right? So you've been thinking, oh, there's the A, right? But, oh, now what else is happening here, right? So equal highs here, right? So likely that gets swept. Oh, shit. Did he lock them? Right, that's going to get swept over here. A, B, C. D, E. God, that's just great analysis. Down for the 5 here, for the C. So we get a W. Well, this is pretty classic. And here, oh, we could probably, all of this, right? When you see this, you know that's a squeeze. What's going to come out of that, right? You don't know which way it's going to go. Well, that's where you would lean into the Elliott count so you'd have context, right? So you're in that consolidation, boom. Interestingly, where does it come back to, right, after the breakout? Oh, shit. And this, boy, what a great example, right? So people are like, oh, fuck, God damn it, I missed the whole thing. Damn it, I was watching that, I knew something was going to be, I was asleep or busy at work, whatever it may be. You didn't miss anything. That's got to get a test. Right? Well, here's the first little nibble at the test. You might have been thinking, oh, they're back here. You know, there's a sweep to lows. Come back into all of this. So likely, what do we deduce from that? Now, we never know, right? We're making an educated guesstimate based on the price action here. Well, likely, there's some unfilled orders here, right? So this booms out. We come back down here. Okay, let's pick up some stragglers, and then off we go. So things to look for. Whenever you see this kind of consolidation, right? Well, number one, right, if you have, do we have anything below that has a squeeze in it? No, we don't. I can promise you that's a squeeze, right? There's just this consolidation. Here's the, here's the rip out of it. Now you see at this point, if you're thinking W, boy, Jesus, that is so good. A, W, X, Y into the B. Boy, I got to put that in yellow so that stands out. This is just so the best work I've seen from you, French. This is great stuff, right? So here's the A, B, C into a W, A, B, C, D, E into an X, A, B. We've got to expand the B past the X, right? So that really gets tricky to get the B and then up for the C. So we've got, Jesus, W, X, A, B, C into the Y. I may keep this one. Right, use this in a test. That could be, I might put that in brown belt. That's so good. And if strip bare, I would suggest, right, anyone who's working on their Elliott chops, you won't remember it. Bring this up, see if you can work through it. Well, here's the 2. Okay, so let me come back to, oh shit. Where's the start here? Oh geez, I gotta go all the way back here. I'm gonna have to go to weekly. All right, are we in log? We are in log, okay. Out of curiosity, yeah, we're too far. That is really tricky. Well, one thing you notice here, and this is emphasized because we're in log scale, look at the air pocket down here because of this impulse stroke, right? So very little business was done there. So if we're going to go from here, okay, well, if this is our 2, excuse me, if this is our 2, well, okay, we need a big rip and impulse here. So let me go back to, I'm going to go to a daily, see if we can get into this. God, look at the detail work he's done here. I'll tell you one thing, if you do this kind of work, your conviction really is meaningful because you did the work, right? What does the average person do? Or here's the average trader, pulls this up and goes, oh, I got to swing, I got to retrace. All right, here we go. All right, this is the extra effort that pays off. 1, 2, oof, that's tricky, right? So you get a contracting diag, 1, 2. Jesus, French toast, have you been doing some side practicing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. I kid you not, it's some of the best work I've seen in a long time. So we got to come down here, right? So POC, is that your POC? Is that our POC? I guess it is, yeah. So here's a POC coming down for the 2. So 1, so essentially what we're doing is we're doing just as I described it, just as I drew it. Well, here's the 1. I'm going to use he's got a truncation here. I'm going to use the high because that's what the algo would do. So we'd be coming down here. Well, here's, boy, I'm going to follow this. I'm keeping this Cohu, and I'm keeping this because I'm going to drop that into the brown belt test. Okay, A, B, C. So he's done all this work, but essentially what we get to is this. You have to decide, right, if you are drawn to the challenge of that. Because most people would look at that and go, oh, fuck. They just draw the blue line, right? You have to want to learn how to do that. Right? I said, French Toast has been with us for probably 3-4 years, right? So he didn't start there. He wasn't able to do this when he started, as I recall. Just fantastic, just fantastic. So down we come here at the POC, at a golden. What's the upside potential? Well, here's the 300. I gotta figure out what Cohu is doing. All right, well, that's a great lesson in payoff. This is one to track, right? So let's keep it. I'm going to save this one to keep track of this one. See how we come up here. So right now, I don't have to keep looking at it every day. I just set an alert on it. I would set an alert right there. Right, we come back to the 50. Oh, this looks like you got a pretty interesting little sell-off zone here. So you might say demand here. Right, which would be in line with here's the POC. We just drew the golden zone. Here you've got this little potential demand here before it goes up, right? Waiting to be mitigated, right? The down before it goes up, right? So this whales need to mitigate there. That's, I think, gives us everything, right? So just set an alert on it. We come back down here to that POC. I'd be looking. I'd be interested. It's really just such good work. Okay, 1-to-1 FF. Forgot to specify that. Okay. I'm just reading some of the notes here. Just wanted to check where we stand from a macro. French toast. God, that's good stuff. Okay, so now I've got, it's NC, but I don't think that's his handle. I think it's, no, I guess it is NC. Oh shit. Oh, that worked. Oh, I just clicked it and brought it up over here. Okay, so that, oh, okay, this will be interesting. Okay, so let me copy that. So he's giving me the SPX. Okay, and we're giving me a 15-minute on the SPX. Okay. Why does that look? No, that can't be right. Why am I getting OXO? You gave me this, but when I copied it, okay, let me see if I can get what you're after here. So this is a 15-minute SPX. So for some reason I get this when I copied it. Did I do something wrong there? Hang on. I'm copying this. Copy. Nope, something weird there. Okay, so let me just, oh fuck. I want to be able to come back to yours. Okay, so let's shit. Do I have an SPX up here? I don't know that I do. Sorry guys, god damn it. Oh shit, here let me just, okay, warning, white screen. Here, we'll go to this Rivian. And let me get that out of there. Let me copy that. Oh, now it's hot. Hang on one second, guys. I gotta hide the video because I gotta turn my AC up, and this thing follows me. So hang on one sec. I'll be right back. Shit. All right, think I'm back. Okay. Now, so what do I got here? CQG. Okay, let me get SPX. I think you guys have seen that. When I bought that webcam, I thought, oh, it's got AI in it. Well, that'll be cool. Well, that's fine until you need to move. Okay, so here's a 15-minute. Let's do this. Let's remove indicators, and let me see what he was trying to get. So he's working off of this consolidation here and looking for, what were you thinking there? And see that we were going to start moving higher, and today, right, that's you rethinking that, right? So it looks like you were thinking 3, 4, we go up there. All right, so let's just look at it. Okay, so what, okay, kind of as we were describing before, whenever you see this, Jesus, I mean, heads up, right? Like this is waiting to be, do you see what, how's the breakout trader doing there? How do we know it's a breakout? How do we know what just happened there? Because look at the displacement that comes off of that, right? So, oh, we're going to the moon. No, you're not. Sorry about it. That is like the most classic market maker, Biff, liquidity algo. Like you can't, you literally can't. Oh God, they aren't actually going to do that, are they? Oh my God. Happens every day. I was trading this morning, so I remember this well, right? So don't get them. Right, same idea down here. Oh, you got to be kidding me, right? Right, we're not going to get those. We're going to come this close and not get them. Right? You know there's liquidity there, right? And then look at the breakaway that comes. Oh, this looks like Bitcoin here. Okay, let's see. I want to include what you were giving us here. Oh, okay. So I see what you got. So you're going with the zigzag here, and then we're coming out of there. So you were anticipating this. It looks like you were thinking 1, 2, 3, 4. We were going to go for the 5, right, and then come up to the edge. Right? I see what you're thinking. Okay, so let's go to the hourly, because this, I think this is a pretty good example, right? Of okay, so if you brought this up, you got nothing on it. Okay, well, okay, I mean not to be. What, is there anybody who would have trouble, right? It's just, okay, so I know a little bit about Elliott. I know it tends to 5s and 3s, right? That's what we focus on with Elliott Wave, 5s and 3s, right? This can't be too hard for anybody to spot, right? That's like it's right out of a textbook. Oh, maybe we'll get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the C, right? Now the A is a little funky, right? Market's not always going to be perfect. You're not going to get perfect swings. 3, 5. Let's just do it this way. Sometimes it's just, okay, so why do we stop there? Right, so here's the breakout rejection, right? So this is kind of a decent example, right? Because eventually the breakout has to work, right? We go sideways forever, right? So it's not like I'm saying the breakout never happens. Of course it happens. It's just that's not where you want to enter. That's what I'm always saying. It's not about, oh shit, well, it'll never break out. No, it's just that's not where you want to buy it, right? This is a great example here. Well, shit, here, okay, well, it's just, it starts to, well, after a while, you go like, oh, wonder why that worked. Why did it stop here? Well, imbalance, right? Probably a 50 to the tick. All right, so when you can get something like that where you've got, okay, I got an imbalance here, I got an fair value gap, right? Add a 50. After this little pop, right, this little, which was clearly a stop run, right? But just because they're running the stops here doesn't mean the intention isn't to go higher. It just means that, oh, haha, fucked you. More just when you see this, right, you know that's a squeeze. Well, that's fuck. What is that? That could be Asian, right? That could be the overnight, right? So it's squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Run the lows, run the highs. All right, I digress. Just, I mean, I got to use these for, it can't always be about, okay, what's happening here, right? What can we learn from this? So this is hard to miss this as a zigzag, right? What the fuck? Like somebody modeled it up. So we have all of this craziness happening around the world, right? People are getting blown up. Absolute horror story. We're at almost 7% on a 30-year bond, or a 30-year mortgage. 10-year, 5%. Yet somehow the market is not, how are we not down here? How are we not putting in new multi-year lows, given what's going on? We can't get a functioning government in this country. Yet the market, amazing. So how would you count this? Well, one thing you could certainly look at here is say, interesting, right, that this doesn't get overlapped. Could this be 1? I don't think so. I think it's actually this way. Right? So I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So A, B, C, right? Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So I've got an impulse here. I got a